Welcome to the Explainer. Okay, let's dive right in to what is honestly an absolute masterclass in modern sports business. We're looking at a massive post-World Cup strategy that isn't just about sports. It's about media rights, global expansion, and perfectly timed corporate opportunism. So what actually happens when 20 English football clubs simultaneously invade America? Well, we're about to find out. The Premier League is orchestrating an unprecedented, boots-on-the-ground campaign across the entire United States. And let's be clear, this isn't just a couple of friendly summer exhibition games. This is an organized, all-out blitz designed to completely capture the American sports consumer.
Here's the multi-step playbook we're breaking down today. We'll start with a post-World Cup boom, then look at the Premier League's master plan, the coast-to-coast invasion, some opening weekend fixture highlights, and finally, the billion-dollar endgame. Let's get into it.
Section 1. The post-World Cup boom. To really wrap our heads around this unprecedented move, we've got to look back at the massive success of the recent 2026 World Cup, hosted right here in North America. I mean, the numbers were just staggering. Over the course of 104 matches, we basically witnessed a true soccer awakening in the U.S. Get this, when Spain comfortably beat Argentina in the final, a jaw-dropping 60 million viewers tuned in across Fox and Telemundo. 60 million. And average viewership was hovering around 7 million a game just on Fox alone. So the American market? It's not just warming up anymore. It's officially primed, engaged, and honestly, hungry for more.
Now, what's really fascinating here is how the Premier League just completely dominated the post-World Cup social media buzz over its rivals. When the tournament wrapped up, millions of new American fans took to social media asking one simple question. So, what team should I support now? And you know what? They weren't flocking to Spain's La Liga, Italy's Serie A, or even the domestic MLS. No, the overwhelming buzz, the absolute lion's share of the attention, was directed squarely at the English Premier League. They totally won the battle for that fleeting American attention span.
Moving on to Section 2, the Premier League's master plan.
So, knowing they have the eyes of the American public, how exactly do they capitalize on it? Well, it all starts with this number, 182. During the 2026 World Cup, 182 Premier League players actually competed in the tournament. That made it the league with the most players in the entire competition, and by a really wide margin too. Why does this matter? Because it proves to the new American fan that the Premier League is literally the undisputed home of global superstars. If you fell in love with a player watching the World Cup, chances are they're playing their club football over in England. And the thing is, they already have the infrastructure to deliver those superstars to the world. The Premier League is an absolute global powerhouse. We're talking broadcasts to 189 countries, reaching an unfathomable 1.2 billion homes. 1.2 billion. It's already the most watched soccer league on the planet. So they aren't trying to build some global network from scratch. No, they're simply taking their massive existing spotlight and turning it directly onto the United States to strike while the iron is hot.
Akash Jain, the Premier League's U.S. managing director, actually hit the nail on the head regarding their explicit goal. He says, hey, if you enjoyed the World Cup, come and watch the best of the best competing every week in our league and the biggest clubs in the world. It's a direct, brilliant conversion strategy. They're basically telling casual summer fans, hey, we have exactly what you want every single week of the year.
Which brings us to Section 3, the coast-to-coast invasion.
Okay, so how do you actually execute that kind of conversion? You do it with massive logistical scale. What they're doing is a three-step activation taking place on the opening weekend of the 2026-2027 season. First, they partner up with NBC, Peacock, and USA Sports for massive national reach. Second, they're deploying all 20 of their clubs simultaneously. And third, they're setting up these totally free fan watch parties across 15 different U.S. cities. They aren't just sending, a couple of popular teams like Manchester United and Arsenal. They're sending the entire league in an all-out blitz to engage fans locally. It's wild.
The league is connecting directly with fans right in their own backyards. Just look at this setup. You've got Arsenal activating in Denver on August 21st, which, by the way, makes perfect sense given the Kroenke family's ownership ties out there. Then Crystal Palace is in New York on August 22nd. Liverpool is taking over Boston on August 23rd, perfectly leveraging their Fenway Sports Group connection. And Chelsea is down in Dallas on August 24th. They're literally blanketing the country, building this deep tribal loyalty by physically showing up in these massive American markets.
All right, Section 4, opening weekend fixture highlights.
This whole coast-to-coast presence, it builds a perfectly tailored television viewing schedule. The live broadcasts align directly with those live U.S. city activations we just talked about. It all kicks off Friday, August 21st under the lights with Arsenal taking on Coventry City. Then Saturday gives us whole city going up against the giant that is Manchester United. Sunday brings this massive heavyweight clash between Newcastle and Liverpool. And then the whole shebang wraps up on Monday with a London derby, Fulham versus Chelsea. That is 4 days of non-stop high-stakes football broadcasts straight into these local American fan fests.
And now for Section 5, the billion-dollar endgame. So you might be wondering, why give away free scarves, host all these parties, and spend millions flying club legends across the Atlantic? Well, it all comes down to one thing: U.S. broadcast rights. Currently, NBC holds this incredibly lucrative commercial contract. They paid $2 billion for exclusive TV access until 2031. This entire coast-to-coast invasion is a calculated, highly aggressive move to demonstrate the league's exploding popularity here, thereby driving up the price for the next broadcast rights cycle. Basically, they're investing heavily right now to force a massive bidding war later.
And the crazy part is the product is perfectly tailored to American tastes. Kieran Maguire, a really well-known soccer finance expert, explains exactly why this translates so well. He points out, the Premier League has some superstars, and the US likes superstars. You also have the jeopardy in English football, which American fans buy into. That jeopardy, the constant threat of relegation, the super tight races for the title, the total lack of safety nets, it's just intoxicating to American sports fans who are so used to closed franchise systems. It creates absolutely unparalleled television drama.
All of this leads us to a massive, and I mean massive projected endgame, $4 billion. Experts and industry insiders are projecting that rival bidders, seeing this huge post-World Cup surge and the overwhelming success of the coast-to-coast activation, they could easily double NBC's current $2 billion deal. The Premier League is essentially staging a nationwide, real-time infomercial to prove to American media giants that their product is worth $4 billion. It is just a genius high-stakes strategy.
The Premier League has already conquered the world. I mean, they are the undisputed kings of global sports broadcasting, for sure. But with this highly calculated $4 billion invasion strategy, you have to wonder, is America finally next? In the business of sports, timing is absolutely everything, and the Premier League is striking at the exact right moment. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. I hope you found this breakdown as fascinating as I did.